Hello, my name is Callie and I'm from Soulcraft Sisters, and a warm welcome if you're new to these videos, and if you're an old timer now, nice to see you again here. This is a full moon reading, and usually what I spend this time on is to reflect a little bit on what needs to go, what do I need to release, what do I need to carry on with me, um, and what needs to be start a process of true integration into me. Maybe some things have become clear over the last few weeks for you. Maybe you've seen how some things play out, and now you're sort of clear on how you want to move forward with that. That could be emotions or thoughts or projects or whatever it might be for you. The full moon is also a great time to just sit down and think and reflect on what we're grateful for, what fills us up with joy, gratitude, and then use that also as a leverage, as a as a foundation to move forward from, basically. So what I want to ask of you now is to if you've been here before, you know the drill. Look at the four different symbols of the four elements and choose an element that speaks to your heart the most today. Once you've done that, I've already pulled some cards, and I'm going to reveal what messages are behind each of these elements. So here we go. Have you chosen the earth element? Then you get the Six of Swords. And the energy that's coming through here is very much on having mental clarity, because when we're dealing with swords, we're dealing with thoughts and our sort of mental realm, so to speak. And it seems like it's either an idea to get clear on where you want to go, because there's this talks of movement. It talks of either physical movement or mental movement. And usually it's from something that's felt more unsure or less good, you could say, and you want to move to a point of more sort of mental ease and calm. So this could either be in the physical, like moving physically from one place to another, where you imagine that things will get calmer and you'll feel more at ease, or it could be an internal journey, understanding that I need to move. And I'm feeling that for a lot of you, you're already underway. So this is not something new to you. You probably know what I'm talking about. You probably know, you're clear on what changes are necessary for you at this time, because it's the full moon. So this is also where we get clear on some of these things. So so maybe sit down and journal about this and see if anything else comes up for you, and in terms of in which areas this might be for you. So there's an energy of movement. You might not know the final destination yet, but you understand that there is some kind of change that needs to be made, and it starts with you getting clear on that. So I would sit with this for a little while and see what comes up for you. And remember, this is a general reading, so if you are looking to get a private reading, I'll leave information on how you do that down below. But let's move on now to the fire element. And you guys, you get the Seven of Flames. And here I see it's like bridging the non-physical you with the physical you, and just making sure that there's alignment. There's alignment between what you feel and how you act and show your true colors in the world, because that's when we shine so bright, and that's when we become the beacons of light. This is when we become inspiration, not just to ourselves but to other people around us. So normally in a in a tarot card, you'll see that there might be some kind of fight involved, like standing your ground and maybe having to be a little forceful around that. I don't see that here. I see ease. So it's a matter of you knowing who you are and what feels right, and not not be ashamed of anything, or not feel like you should subdue yourself in any manner or form, because you're beautiful and you're here to contribute with everything that's you. So this is really getting a sense of bring everything that you are to the world, and this is also when we really attract the things into our lives, the people into our lives, the situations into our lives that really helps us stay in this alignment, this beautiful rainbow colored energy, light energy, right? So so hope this is useful for you, and that it sort of sparks some ideas inside of you as you're listening to this. And let's move on now to water. So the water element, you get the Devil card. So the Devil card is all about staring straight into your, okay, right now I'm getting fears. Oh. So what are you fearful of? What creates some kind of contraction inside of you? Is it real? Because probably it isn't, but the feeling around it can feel very real. And often when there's some conviction, because when I have the Devil here, for me it's usually some deep-seated stuff that's ready to come up and be looked at. So maybe some of the ideas or convictions are, old, and now they're ready to be looked at with fresh new eyes. And how I usually work with the Devil card is usually just to be aware when my ego comes in a situation and starts telling me stories that are less than, that don't feel uplifting and basically true. Thoughts and ideas that make me a little bit sad or angry, or any of that sort, where we're sort of a little bit sort of anything but flow, I would say. Or if we feel like it's everybody else's fault, this is really an invitation to look at some of that stuff, because once we release that, once we see things for what they are, thoughts or ideas, illusions, then they don't have a hold on us anymore. So this is, and great transformation can happen. It's like great weight can sort of be lifted off our shoulders. But I think we will always dance with the Devil inside of us throughout life. I think we have our ego here, which is a construct of that we sort of created to help us navigate in a world that sometimes seems a little unfriendly or unsure or whatever. But it's see it for what it is, as a guiding force, but don't let it control you, and don't let that be your only point of vision, is what I want to say. So I hope that's helpful for you guys. Now let's look at the water element, and here we have the Eight of Flames. What a powerful card here, because what this is telling me is that you see the heaven and earth is sort of all in one, and we have this beautiful red color, this powerful color, and it speaks to me of yang and things moving fast. And also normally the Eight of Flames, or the Eight of Rods, or whatever it's normally called in a tarot deck, it speaks of speed, something speeding up, maybe messages coming your way. But it seems like right now this is an invitation to run with it. If something presents itself to you and it requires you to perhaps be a little bit impulsive, perhaps not think too hard about things, just go with it, because it might be a doorway to something that's perhaps a little bit unclear, but just trust that any news that excites you, or any news you want to send out that excites you, do that. And it's like a gateway. It's like this will not be there forever, so it might be short-lived. So if you're curious and you feel up for it, walk through that passage, go with it, and see where that leads you. I'm sure the opportunity for this will come around again, but maybe not for some time. So I'm hoping it makes sense to you out there. Just be aware of it. Is there an opportunity right now that wants to be seized by you and your higher self? Then perhaps you should do it. Yeah. Okay, guys, so that was it from me. Happy full moon, and I hope you're enjoying the December month here, the last month of 2016. How exciting. And I hope you're well, and take care. See you soon. Bye.